Hey, scrappers and recyclers, it's Shark Scrapper. I am really excited about how things are shaping up here at Shark Cage 4.0. Come on, let's dive in and I'll take you on a little swim around the new shop.
Not so fast, whale blubber breath. You gotta show us the move-in first. I gave the area a good sweep before we started unloading, but the deck is really slick. You'll see us sometimes catching our balance because it's really slippery. When the previous tenant cleaned up this deck, they did a terrible job and they left an oily, soapy sheen on the deck. So yeah, we got to be really careful during this unload. And the best way to do an unload is at Mako speed. I had kind of forgotten what a full day of physical labor felt like, as you can tell. But we got it done, and here's what we turned it into. This deck is very slippery, and maybe that's why. I just made a clean spot. I think the previous owners or tenants, they kind of sort of cleaned, but they left an oily, soapy sheen on the deck. So I'm going to need to clean as I go here so I don't slip and fall on my keister. We're using this purple stuff, so hopefully that's going to work. The breakdown area is very similar to what you've seen in the past, with the bins behind me, the operating table with bins underneath of it, the big bins for aluminum and slot cards and some of the motherboards and peripheral boards to go above that. But with the extra space that I have here, I'm making a few changes. So I'm going to have this small rack next to me, and I'll be able to put things like RAM and CPUs and that sort of stuff in a little better organized fashion. Plus I'll be able to keep the battery charging station better organized over there, so that's going to be real nice. The file cabinets here for small stuff like the gold fingers and small stuff that I'll be breaking out for gold recovery. We have a scale that all three of the scales will get calibrated next week, but this one, I believe my plan is to use this for when I'm doing the return on investment videos. We'll get this cleaned up a little bit more, of course, but this should make a nice setting for recording the weights of materials as we do the math for Geek Shark. And then another file cabinet here again for smaller stuff, staging material. You may recall the buckets will go along this side for wire, for the different grades of wire. But this is where things are going to change a lot now. On the left side, I always had a bin here for low-grade boards and for some shred. And then I always had this green cart, and I would stack the shells on the green cart. Well, because the plan here is to get a fully powered stacker and to keep a central pathway clear for moving it around, my plan now is that I'm going to get a couple of those collapsible bins, storage bins, bulk storage bins, and I can lay those in right here. I think they're about 4 by 4 or so. I'll look at the measurements on them. We'll probably get a couple of those, and that way I can have at least one for the shred. The other one I might just go another one for low grades, and then that way I'm not, constantly rolling this around with the heavy stuff in it. This now becomes a carrier for empty bins when I'm unloading the Sharkmobile or when I have a client show up and I'm separating stuff as I unload their vehicle. I can go right into bins and have a supply of bins with me ready to go, and just wheel them down to the back door as I need them. So that's going to be really useful, I believe. We're still going to have this wire rack that's on wheels for staging smaller items as I get those into some quantity to pack up for shipping. Things like hard drives and small hard drives and SSDs and such. We've got these racks back here where the bins will go in for motherboards and power supplies and that kind of stuff that'll get staged there. Again, waiting to accumulate enough weight to make it so I can move it around. And the nice thing is that this wire rack here, I'll be able to, it's on casters, so it'll just roll out of the way, and I'll be able to bring, once I get this stuff out of the way, this is trash and a couple more bins to empty, but essentially I can roll that wire rack out of the way. I'll be able to bring the pallet jack, pallet lifter stacker thing in here, put stuff on it, and then take it around to where the Gaylords will get staged. That wire racking that you see stacked up here and the legs, I need to get some more casters. 2 of the casters got broke, so I'm going to get some more casters, and then those will get used for organizing paper boxes for packing. We have the big deck scale set up. Yeah, the beeping happens a lot because of my neighbors, but you know what? I'm going to deal with that because they've already started bringing stuff over to me, so that's cool. All right, so the deck scale, it's set up. It needs to get calibrated from the move. That company will be out next week to calibrate the scale. This scale, my plan is, I want to see how this is going to work, but I'm leaving it on this cart so that if I have a client show up and we don't have a whole lot of material, I can weigh it up, at the truck, or I can wheel that around wherever I need to and plug it in order to weigh up smaller quantities of material. I don't know, we'll see how that works. That's my idea right now. We have the grinder again on its stand, and that really makes it useful for being able to check stuff for aluminum versus some sort of ferrous material. The hand pallet jack and the genie lift just get staged where you see them right now. From that corner where you see the blue tape right there, from that corner, all the way down to that corner right there, approximately, is going to be pallet racks. I've already got them ordered. They'll be here next week. The idea there is there'll be 1-2 levels. I'll be able to put 48-inch Gaylords on them. So it'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So if I've done it right, I'll be able to get 12 Gaylords stacked up here. That'll save a lot of space. Now, I may not be able to get the top level because of the height of the rail for the roll-up door. I may have to go with some shorter, like half racks or something up there. Maybe that'll just be a place to stage some material. I don't know. But the idea is that we're going to have pallet racks here, so we'll be able to stack material and take advantage of some height here to bring a little more organization. And using the pallet stacker that I'm going to get instead of the forklift, I can very easily move that stuff around as I need to, bring pallets up to the front to load material, and then bring it back in here and stack it. It's going to be a real labor saver. On the other side, we have the wrapping station. So we've got this cart here, which has things like the tape and the plastic wrap and stuff that I have to use for the Gaylords. Right now, there's some small boxes and things on there. Then you see all those boxes and plastic trash bags right now are full of paper. So as I stuff Gaylord boxes, I need paper to take up the space, keep material from shifting. So that'll, I'll eat through that material over time. And then I'll have another wire rack kind of thing that will be used to store the broken down boxes. So I've got broken down boxes over here. Those are large and medium sized boxes, and they'll go into the Gaylords as I need to fill them up. So those will just get stacked up vertically in another cart, and I can just organize them by size and pull the sizes that I need as I need them. The workbench will come in handy for just sort of general breaking things down, but it's going to be really handy because right over here is where I'm staging the material for future melting and casting. I'll be getting a cart for the furnace so that I can roll the furnace and such right out into the back lot there. Put a couple of cones and block it off from traffic a little bit. Not all the way, but just maybe 5, 6, 10 feet out there, so I'm away from the building when I'm melting material. That area there will be where I'll be staging copper and brass. Well, I'm already staging copper and brass and aluminum for melting projects. We've got the wire stripper. Again, that's on another one of those hospital stands, so I can roll that around as I need to when I choose to strip things. Over here in this corner, we'll be getting another deep sink. Getting rid of the one that was here. It just was too nasty to even try to clean up. So we'll replace the deep sink, and then this will become, at least right now, the idea is that this will be the laboratory, so a fume hood. But that will probably get changed as I work through venting the fume hood and how we're going to deal with that. And I'm still messing around with what we're going to do from that. But that's not an immediate challenge. I've got plenty of time to try to figure that one out. And then we have our safety stations, so hard hats, masks, gloves, first aid kit, everything right where it's easy to get hold of it. The head, really nice actually. It's got a shower for a wash down station if I need it. I've got, just a nice clean head here to use. And then we've got the office space area. I'll get a small desk to put in here for what little paperwork I do here. And I got to get rid of that refrigerator. It sucks. The freezer stays nice and cold. The refrigerator part, not so much. Yeah, now I know why they left it behind, because it's really not working that well. So we'll get rid of that fridge. We'll bring in something else. Probably something a little smaller. Maybe not the mini fridge that I had in the last shark cage, but you know, maybe something that's smaller than this, but we'll still have a separate freezer compartment and stuff like that, so that I can have more drinks and snacks and whatever here, lunch and stuff. Well, as you can see, oh yeah, and then the museum, this will be part of the museum here. And I may do something in front of the sliding door for the head. I don't know, haven't decided yet. As you can see, we've made real good progress getting set up. We're actually ready to start bringing in small loads right now, and as soon as we make a final commitment on the lifting device, I've had a guy in here from one of the local companies that does forklifts and stuff, and he's putting a quote together for me. The first quote was a 22-week wait period or delay period for delivery. That's unacceptable. So he's checking to see what they have in stock that they can get in faster. In the meantime, I'm also doing the marketplace thing, and so next week I'm going to go look at a very similar device to what this guy was quoting me. It's right here in Asheville, so really easy. You know, I'll go check that out, and if it looks good and functional and everything, you know, worst comes to worst, I'll just lease a vehicle and bring it in. Lease a, you know, a truck with a lift gate so I can go pick it up. All right, I am very excited to be back in where I can get to work. I look forward to making real videos for y'all again, breaking down stuff, talking about boards, and just generally getting to work. I don't expect the plan is going to stick 100%. You know, when I was in the Navy, I learned that generally speaking, we're lucky if we have 60% of the information we need when we make our plans, and that our plans only survive until first contact with the enemy. In this case, scrap. So we'll modify as we need to once we get operating and we actually can test out the flow and see how it's working. I appreciate your comments. As always, you're a smart bunch of folks in the shiver, and if you have any ideas, thoughts, or observations that you should bring to my attention, please do, because like I said, you're a smart bunch of sharks in this shiver, and I always appreciate learning from you. Have a great day. Be safe.